early morning meditative session. I've been meditating for a few years now, and the journey has not always been easy, particularly in the beginning. It was hard to set up a routine, a practice, to quiet my thoughts, to create a space that was conducive to the kind of results that I wanted to get. It took some time. I had to find the balance. I had to find the discipline. I had to find the structure. I had to figure out a way to quiet a lot of the internal and external noises that seemed to me to be an impediment to meditation. But over the years, I've developed a pretty good program, and it's not perfect, because there are factors that are beyond my control. When I get up at 6 a.m. and begin meditating, sometimes the kids will get up. Sometimes, like this morning, I was trying to get started. My cousin Xavier is here, and he was thumping around, at 4:45 in the morning, talking on the phone or speakerphone, walking around the house. It can be difficult to find that, but through consistency and intention, it can be done. So I'm doing this thing. I'm going to start doing it for the foreseeable future. 6 a.m. man, I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna just do my meditation in a guided way, and that's that. So the most important part for me in getting started was finding a comfortable position, a way that I could be seated in such a way that I did not have to move or fidget too much for 10 or 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be an extended amount of time. But if you're comfortable, not overly comfortable to where you're gonna fall asleep. If you fall asleep, that's fine too. Just kind of depends on what you're looking for your meditation. Me, I need something that's a little more conducive to the day-to-day life that I am living. I already have that kind of calm that I can go to sleep, but I need something that integrates my inner and outer stuff in a real and meaningful way. My personal and spiritual life, that's what I'm looking for. So I want something that's a little more deliberate, a little more intentional, something that I am awake for throughout the whole thing. So for me, it's important that I'm comfortable, because if I'm doing that the whole time, my focus is off. I've done a couple of group meditations at my house, and anyway, so we're just gonna do this. All right, so we're starting. I start off with my eyes open, looking straight ahead, breathing deeply, in and out, in through my nose, out through my mouth. With my eyes open, looking straight ahead, but not focusing on anything in particular. Just kind of laying the foundation for today's meditation. Each meditation is its own entity. It is in its own moment. It holds its own space. And after a few deep breaths, I will close my eyes and allow my breathing to just go back to normal. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. taking a moment to get in touch with my physical senses. I feel the points of contact, the places where my body is touching my seat on the floor, my hands on my lap, and I just feel my body as it is touching different things. Notice the sounds that are around, loud sounds, quiet sounds, near sounds, far away sounds. I watch them come and go through my awareness. I notice any strong smells, tastes, and taking a few moments just to notice how the body is feeling. Deliberately, starting at the toes and working my way up. Like a body scan. My toes, my feet, ankles, shins, calves, knees, thighs, all the way up to the top of the head. Not stopping and lingering, but just noticing. And shifting my focus to something that has been going on this entire time with no conscious thought or effort from me. My breathing. So without trying to control it in any way, just watching it as it does on its own, what it does ceaselessly, seamlessly. And as I'm watching the breath, I determine my day of all that goes on in life, of all that I could think about. I search my mind for a moment for those things for which I am thankful. I just say thank you in my gratitude for all that is my life. Likewise, in an equally deliberate manner, I affirm the thoughts on which I intend to focus daily, cutting through all the things that I may see and hear and experience throughout the day that cause chatter. And so I affirm I am healthy and strong in body, mind, and spirit. I cultivate a good and loving energy at all times. I set goals and I align my actions with those goals, taking full responsibility and accountability for that which I do and for that which I do not do. I am safe and secure, and all of my needs are met. I have everything that I need to create the life that I want. And having affirmed, return our focus to the breathing, to the inhaling and exhaling, just watching, noticing where we feel that rising and falling. Is it high up in the chest, in the lungs, in the diaphragm? Is it low in the belly? Just noticing and watching again without controlling in any way, watching that breathing for just a few minutes. It is quite natural, particularly in the early stages of building a practice, for the mind to run away with thoughts. But if that happens, it's okay. Just take a moment, pull it back, and return our focus to the breathing. ponder as we continue to watch the breath. What kind of day do I intend to have today? And what are the things that I can do to contribute to the successful unfolding of that kind of day? But not focusing on the question, still focused on the breath. If your mind is thinking, just pull it back in. And for just a moment, not focused on anything, not thinking about anything in particular, just allow your mind to wander if it wants to, for just a moment. Let it think about whatever it wants, reflect on whatever it wants, do whatever it wants. And becoming once again aware of the space around, of the senses, feeling the body, once again noticing the hands on the lap, the seat, on the chair or on the floor. Noticing sounds in your vicinity. Any tastes in the mouth, strong aromas. And slowly just opening the eyes and returning to the awareness, to the present. And just keeping that position for just a moment. And that is basically that. As I said, my meditative practice is not perfect. Even at 6 a.m., there's doors opening, there's footfalls. But it's not about the quiet necessarily. It is about continually and deliberately creating that space for myself in my life day after day. The more that I do it, the more consistency I put into it, the more intention that I put into it, the stronger it gets. And the less likely I am to get pulled away by those distracting noises, because they are independent of my meditative session. They sound and then they go away. How much focus I give to them, the amount of focus that I give to them over time has diminished significantly, to a point where at many times I don't even notice it. But I'm going to be doing this every day, 6 a.m. And I think I'm gonna put it on YouTube, start a little channel, just a little daily guided meditation, the deliberateness, the consistency. If anyone wants to get involved in something like that, I'm here to do it every day. All right, so have a wonderful day. Namaste, Facebook, man. I love y'all. And thanks, Shonda. See you at work.